So I recently came across a clip on YouTube. It's an old clip. It's been on there. It's been on YouTube for a couple years now. It's a clip from the Arsenio Hall show in 1993 and or 1994. The person who posted it isn't entirely sure when the episode aired, but basically what happens is Arsenio Hall is hosting his show, doing his thing, doing a good job. He was always a decent talk show host. When he's rudely interrupted by a protester who wants to know why there's not enough gay, or why Arsenio Hall doesn't have gay people on his show. Now, he's obviously had gay guests on his show, so the guy's just referring to the fact that Arsenio Hall hasn't had enough gay people on his show, and that makes the guy mad. And it kind of reminded me of what's going on right now with the whole Oscars so white thing and saying there's not enough black people who are nominated for Oscars. And I just wanted to play this clip and show how well Arsenio Hall deals with this and shows that this is how you should deal with people who claim false discrimination. You shouldn't feed into it. You shouldn't allow it to affect anything. You should handle it like Arsenio Hall does. So I'll show the clip and then we'll talk about it afterwards.
The blonde girl is so funny while they were singing. She said, oh my God, it was so funny, so funny. Huh? I'm sorry, I can't hear you, man. Why don't I have any gay guests on my show? Wait, I'm sorry, why don't I have any gay guests on my show? Well, there are a lot of gay guests who really don't like to talk about their sexual preference, so we don't know whether they're gay or not. You know? Now, this ain't Merv. You didn't think I'd run from this, did you? This ain't Johnny. I ain't gonna run from it. I'm gonna deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Now, who would you like me to have on my show that's gay that maybe I haven't had? Who? I don't know Gus Van Sant, but I know Elton John. He's been here and he's rocked the house. Okay? Okay? What? When Harvey has something I'm interested in, I'll bring him on the show. But this is my show, okay? This is my show. This is my show. You understand? This is my show. This is my show, man. You think I haven't had somebody on the show because they're gay? What's wrong with you, man? I'm black. I'm black, man. I'm black, man. I'm the biggest minority you know about. I don't want to hear that gay trash, man. I got gay friends I've had on the show because you don't know them or it ain't who you want on the show. You got a problem with it. If you want to book it, get yourself a show. Now sit down, so I can do the show. You've had your say and I've had mine. Wait, I apologize to you sitting out there and you sitting here. It's rude and it's out of order. The one thing I would not do is discriminate against a guest because of their sexual preference. To be honest with you, there are a lot of gay guests on this show, but it ain't none of your damn business that they're gay. That's real stupid. It's real stupid. Why don't you go over to the Johnny Carson show and ask him that question? It's a stupid, stupid question. Hey, the point is, this ain't the Morton Downey show, you... Hey, wait. No, I don't do anti-gay jokes. I do characters. Just like I do McDonald's, waiters, Just like I do jokes about politicians, Dan Quayle, or anybody else. I'm a comedian. Why is it that you can do a joke about anything and anybody, but when you do a gay joke, I gotta have idiots in here protesting over it? You don't see Dan Quayle here. You don't see Milli Vanilli here. What's your problem? What's your problem? Why is it that I can't do a gay character? It's a joke, man. Loosen up and enjoy it. Chill. What's your problem? I'm a minority, man. I do black jokes, I do gay jokes, I do every kind of joke you can imagine. And you don't see people up here interrupting the show and being rude like you are. What's your problem, man? What's your problem? You better chill, man. You better chill. I apologize. I apologize for myself, and I apologize for them. Let's move on. You want to take a commercial and come back? Okay, we'll take a commercial, and we'll come back right back with Paul Hogan and more Poison, and I hope there's somebody out there watching.
So that's what it looks like when someone doesn't pander towards somebody who's claiming false discrimination. Arsenio Hall knows he's not a bigot, so he didn't waste his time apologizing or saying that he's going to change the format of his show so that they're sure to include one gay person every month. One person that they know for sure is gay will get to be on the show because more gay people need to be represented on the Arsenio Hall show. No, what he says is when there's a gay person who brings something interesting that he wants to talk about, he'll have them on a show. It doesn't matter if they're straight or gay. If they're interesting guests, he's going to have them on because interesting guests make for good television. And he nailed it. I agree with everything he said. And I love that the crowd was totally on his side. They lost it. They loved it. And that's not how it would fly today. If a talk show host was confronted like that and he tried to go off and be like that, he would be shamed and he would probably lose his job. And that's unfortunate because Arsenio Hall was honest, and it's one of the more honest things I've ever seen on a television show. Now, this isn't exactly like what's going on now. Obviously, it's not gay people who are mad about the Oscars. It's a select percentage of black people who are boycotting and saying the Oscars are too white. There's not enough black people in the Oscars. What we need is someone like Arsenio Hall. Obviously, I doubt he's going to be the one that comes out and says it. We need someone that just says to these people, look, we're not going to buy your bullshit. Nobody cares. Everybody knows that the Academy's not saying, oh, well, Will Smith did a really good job in Concussion, but he's black. So even though we've had plenty of black people win Oscars this year, no, it's just not going to happen. And I just want to say right off the bat, I don't give a fuck about the Oscars. I think the Oscars is bullshit. It's a stupid look at us party for a bunch of people who already have amazing lives and now they want to take a whole evening out to say, look how great we are, look how awesome and amazing we are, acting like other people and getting paid way too much money for something that's not that hard to do. That's all the Oscars is. I don't give a fuck about it, but what I do think is that when people claim false discrimination, it sets people back, it sets us back, and in fact, it encourages more discrimination because what they're saying that the Oscars needs to do is make sure to have black nominees every year. But if black people don't deserve, if there are no black actors or actresses who deserve the Oscar, then they shouldn't get it. That's just how it is. That's how awards work. You earn them. You don't be a specific race or gender or anything to get it. You earn it. And this year, there weren't that many black actors or actresses that put on award-worthy performances. I mean, there were some good ones. I saw Concussion. I thought it was excellent. I thought Will Smith was great in it. I think it's probably the best film he's ever been in. It's a great film. I really enjoyed it. And yeah, I do kind of think it should have got an Oscar, but There's been plenty of other great movies in the past and great actors who weren't black that were in great films and didn't get Oscars or didn't get recognized for it. It happens all the time. And when you bring race into the situation, it turns it into a race issue. And the more race issues that you create with false racism, the more real racism you create. And it's stupid. One of the things at Arsenio Hall, the first thing he asked was, "What gay guest do you want me to have on the show?" And I like that question. I think we should have asked that more to these people that are boycotting the Oscars. Well, what actors specifically deserved Oscars and didn't get them? Obviously, we know what Jada Pinkett Smith is going to say. It's her fucking husband. She's mad because her husband didn't win an Oscar or didn't get nominated for an Oscar, and she goes off and starts a big fuss about it when there's way, way more important things happening in the black community and happening to black people around the world that she should be focusing on if she really does want, as a black person to help the black community and how black people should stand together. And that's another thing. Black people, of course, should stand together, but should also stand with us, stand with white people. We as people should all stand together. It shouldn't have anything to do with you as black people and me as a white person. It should just be we as people should stand together in everything we do. And in the Oscars, we should stand together and being judged. The white actors should be judged with the black actors. Instead, you're going to create a system where they say, okay, well, these are the white people that are going to win Oscar or are going to be nominated for Oscars this year. Now let's pick the black ones. So now we can't judge them together because we know we have to have black people nominated. So we'll go through the black actors after we go through the white actors, or we'll go through the black actors before, and then boom, you've just created discrimination. Why? Because one Oscar show was too white. There was a time when real racism was going on where you couldn't be a black person and even almost live the kind of life that a white person would. And even during those times, there were black actors or actresses that won Oscars during real times of racism. And we're living in one of the most progressive times, and things really have gotten a lot better for all minorities and all everything. Acceptance is through the roof nowadays. If you don't accept a certain race or gender, you're fucking destroyed by society. I mean, I think some of the people that are treated the worst in society right now are racists or people that don't believe in gay marriage or people like that. I mean, look at Fox News. That's everything that they stand for. I mean, not necessarily racism. I'm not big on Fox News, but I don't think they completely promote racism. But they're mocked so hard by so many people, so publicly ridiculed and made fun of. And it's because they represent a lot of those things. And I just think we're getting to a time where we need to just put all this shit behind us and stop making everything a race issue and stop making everything oh, you did this because I'm this or you did that, blah, blah, blah. No. You earn, black people should earn awards just like white people should. They should all be judged together by their performances. It should have nothing to do with anyone's skin color. And when you have no evidence that that's what the Academy did. No evidence whatsoever other than the fact that there's too many white people at the Oscars. That's it. That's your only evidence. Even though there's plenty of people who are nominated that aren't white. It's just that there's too many white people, so all of a sudden that's racist. It's racist for there to be too many white people in something. Isn't that racist in itself to say that you're not allowed to have this many white people? Because that's racist. White people cannot be in an award show. An award show can't have that many white people, blah, blah, blah. It's bullshit, man. And I don't know. I didn't have a script prepared for this. I'm just speaking my mind. When I watched that video, it really made me think, I wish we as people now could stand up to people who just fucking want to complain about shit and can't accept the fact that maybe your husband didn't win an award because the Academy didn't see fit to nominate him for it because they didn't think his performance was all that great. I disagree. I thought his performance was really good, but you have no evidence that they just saw it and was like, nope, black guy, nada, can't do it. Even though 12 Years a Slave won Best Picture when it didn't even almost deserve it. There were plenty of other better movies nominated, and that won probably because they were trying to pander. It's a possibility. I think the Oscars is all about politics, but I really doubt they would ever just be like, nope, can't have any black people at the Oscars this year. It's bullshit. It's stupid. I don't like that we actually even give this the time of day, and there's actually people supporting it, and the Academy is supposedly going to change their rules. It's dumb. It doesn't make any sense. I think it encourages racism. I think it encourages segregation. It encourages discrimination, and it sets us all back. It really does. Trying to be overly progressive and trying to make everything a race issue or a hate crime issue, it's bullshit. It's stupid, and I think people should stop doing it.